listen, I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the second-year man Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills as they match up with Ryan Finley and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Buffalo Bills. With you from the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. CDR matchup here. A couple of teams last year that were really pretty similar. Both under 500. Both missed the playoffs. And they both think that they can turn things around in 2019.
Yeah, how about 2018, though? A case of the haves and the have-nots. In 16-game seasons in the NFL, for the first time last year, no one finished 8-8. Now, you know that in baseball, basketball, other sports, turnarounds can take 3, 4, 5 years. In football, could just be a few months.
Stephen Hauschka now about set to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Bengals heading out to take over and leading the way, their fourth-round pick. The 104th pick overall in this year's draft. The rookie from NC State, Ryan Finley.
Got it? 58, 58, Mark. Man, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
Now Finley with a bootleg. He gets this one to Boyd. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Play action now. Here's Finley. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The sack there by Trent Murphy. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Finley here, 3rd and long. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. The All-Pro Andre Roberts deep for Buffalo. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. On the ground with the rookie Devin Singletary. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Darqueze Dennard there to make the tackle. Quickly now, here's the Buffalo offense.
And every time I spotlight Frank Gore, who turned 36, and man, I feel worse about myself. Fantastic physical condition, a 5-time Pro Bowler, and one of the top runners in NFL history.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Strong safety Sean Williams really bounced back from injuries in previous seasons to post one of the best years of his NFL career. 5 interceptions in 2018, led the league in interception return yards, provides great veteran leadership, and some real thump coming from his spot in the secondary.
Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Tell you what, you need the tough yards. You can still turn to the 36-year-old Frank Gore, now in his 15th season in the league. 10 in San Francisco, the 3 in Indy, quick stop in Miami, and now in Buffalo, and still making it happen. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And now they'll throw with Allen. He finds his target, John Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that, but they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. Quick throw going to be caught by Foster. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
52. Watch the pass.
On 2nd down now, Singletary. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
On first down, it's Gore. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. We're scoreless after 1. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it second down and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. On play action, Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. Third and long. Throwing now is Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Bengals offense taking the field again. And, you know, 0-8, as we talked about earlier, for the 6th time in team history. That passes the Buccaneers for the most 0-8 starts by an NFL franchise. If you're a Bengals fan, that's not a record that you want to hang on to.
No, it's a dubious record. And let's face it, when you're 0-8 or facing 0-8, you play a little bit of desperation, don't you? How about them going for it on fourth down 6 times in London? They converted 4 times, but that's a lot of times to go for it. That just tells you have nothing to lose. And Coach Taylor, Zach Taylor, he said they won't tank the rest of the year. Now, they do have an open week in Week 9, so we know it'll be true then. But I do think they'll continue to try and play hard for them. They're just not very good.
And the schedule's going to be tough. They're going to host Baltimore after that open week, then go to Oakland before coming back home for the Steelers. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Now a second down throw for Finley. Got his man. It's Eifert. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Buffalo takes the field here again, getting the football. And, you know, Week 8, they threw in their first real clunker of the year, Charles, that 31-13 loss at home to Philly. So Their 2 losses are to the Eagles and the Patriots, both respectable. But at 5-2, you'd think they would be in contention, but they're 2.5 back of the 8-0 Patriots.
You bring up a good point, and you have to remember, if you're in the AFC East and you're not the New England Patriots, your contention is for a wild card spot. It's not to win the division. That almost never happens. So they're in good shape that way if you think about them as a wild card team, and the schedule is set up pretty well for them now. Home for Washington, at Cleveland, at Miami. You've got to figure 2 out of 3 for sure, maybe even all 3. But you're right, their first clunker, but really it was down the stretch. It was a 17-13 game at one point. It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
2nd and 5 now. Allen throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. 3rd down here. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Allen buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. That's a prime example of how Josh Allen can hurt a defense. You remember back to his rookie season a year ago, 631 rushing yards, second only to Lamar Jackson. Also had 8 rushing touchdowns. He is a dual-threat QB. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. They run. It's Gore. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Gore. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. And shutting him off, now open field. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, and the grab by Croft. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So third and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Operating from the red zone now, Allen. That is caught inside the 5. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll try and push it in with Gore. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. To throw, it's Allen. And it's a Bills touchdown. We don't see too many scoreless halves in football, not in today's day and age, and we're not going to see one here. We finally have points on the board.
Yeah, and it didn't come easy, did it? Because neither of these offenses really gotten out of the starting blocks yet. But that is definitely an important score right there. And who knows? The way their defenses play, that touchdown might even hold up until the end.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And he's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On 1st and 10, Finley. On the screen, Bernard. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Finley now on second down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Finley from the gun on third down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Allen. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Ready, set. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Ready. Now.
Mixon with a first down carry. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree. On their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Again, it's Mixon looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler as a rookie last year, in on the stop there.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On third down, Finley. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Let's see who's faster.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this one caught by Beasley. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Allen now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the counter, this is Singletary, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Allen, short throw hauled in by Croft. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Finley now, a big spot in his rookie year. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing, Finley. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Play fake. Finley. He completes it to Boyd. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
We go set 70, Indy. Ready?
Finley setting up on first down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
49 to Mike, 49 to Mike. Steve Griffin.
Operating in the red zone now. Finley. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth quarter lead.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Finley one more time. He gets this one to Boyd. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Finley to throw for it on fourth down. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Now listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. And you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Check.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, Singletary. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Gore. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Guys, game situation. Let's go.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
He's checking. Crash.
And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengals and Ryan Finley down 7-3, 65 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Down. 50, plant. 58, come on. Hey, watch the slant.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ed Oliver in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on fourth down. Now Finley on fourth down. And Tate's got it. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Here we go.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Ready, break. Go against the money. Quit talking about it and bring it.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Now Finley. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Finley to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.